Well, bonjour, comment allez-vous, and je vais très bien. Welcome to We Talk. Man, we're glad to have all of you because we know that you could have been anywhere else, but you're here with us, and we love that, and we love you. So, here's to everybody on the line. The first thing that we normally do, we toast up because we love you and we want to salute you. All right? So, here's to everybody on our line. Now, last week we had a pretty good discussion. And if you missed it, check it out on my Facebook. But the subject matter was how do we protect ourselves from negative news and negativity? I mean, once you master that, then you've got life all figured out. But it was a very good discussion. But we got a doozy for you tonight. And I mean, this is something everybody can relate to. And the subject tonight is going to be on, well, our discussion tonight, not the subject, but our discussion tonight is going to be on, can you love somebody without being in love? Man. Now, we're going to stimulate some thinking here tonight. Can you love somebody without being in love with that person? Now, my default from the beginning when I first came up with the discussion was it's impossible. But we're going to share some information. I might be persuaded otherwise, but I thought it was impossible. I didn't think that you can love somebody without being in love with them. And I still may feel that way. But we're going to discuss it. But without further ado, let me bring my co-host on because I know they're bursting at the seams. They're ready to go. So y'all hold tight, nurse your drinks real quick, wet your throat because this is going to get hot. All right. Hey, Miss O'Neill.
Hey there, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fatter than minutes like the old folks do.
Well,
Hey,
I'm
what's
back.
up, Keith?
I'm
Hey,
back
what's
with the
up,
cheering.
guys?
I'm back with the cheering. I'm back with the cheering. They come back Monday.
All right, all right. I see, Keith, you're roaring, ain't you? You jump right in there.
Yeah, hey, bro. DeJoy, what do you mean? You guys start school next week?
Yep, Monday. You know, down south it's not
Wow, you
that we
guys
don't
start
start.
school that early?
Yeah, we don't do like we used to, like y'all do up north. When I was in school, now we went back after Labor Day, but you know how old I am. Now
What?
yeah, I was like, damn, we only got 2 months, and not even really 2 months, because we had to be back on the 27th. So for the staff, so
Of July?
of July.
Oh my goodness. I never heard of like non-college students going to school that early because some universities don't even start till like the middle to the
Yeah.
end of August. That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never heard of that
that's
before.
how it is. They got me. They got
Wow. So when did the kids actually get out? And for the summer?
me. Yep, the last day of May.
Oh, okay. So they get out in May. Oh, I got it. Okay. That actually, man,
But
that
still,
makes
but
sense. Yeah.
still, that's still that ain't right. Kind of like
Hey, that's why the South creates so many brilliant people, Keith.
He said.
Yeah, that's funny, Mr. G. You funny. You are hilarious.
Hey,
Oh,
you gotta hold your tongue on that one, because you got a
It's
couple.
brilliant people from down south, that's for sure. No, I was actually calculating the days and I'm saying, so she said end of May. So you figure a lot of schools middle to the end of June out up north. So, I'm thinking like that
Right.
1 month. Yeah, I can actually
I
see
mean, but
that.
it's crazy because we go then we out for Labor Day when y'all could just we could just I just don't think that makes much sense, and I do feel like kids deserve a full summer or whatever. So it's like whatever it is, what it is. We
Man,
back.
put them kids in school under somebody else's supervision, so those parents.
That's why they want us to go back.
Uh, That's funny.
Yeah, they need to start it in January. But anyway, you know. Now I'm just messing with you, Miss O'Neill, because I know you're in that educational space, and I know that strike a nerve
God
with
bless you with the kids, man. God
you.
bless the
Yes, it
kids.
is.
Yeah, man. And the people that work with them, like DeJoya, definitely. I'm being real. God bless you, man. For real.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Hey, I don't
you
think I can do it. I mean, I ain't built that way.
these kids out here is different
I love
nowadays.
children. I love children, but when you come talking about academics and keeping them busy, and you got to tolerate because they aren't your kids, so you got to tolerate some things. I don't know how you go about doing that. You have to be a very disciplined individual, I guess. Isn't that right, Miss O'Neill, or no? You done muted out again.
I almost said a bad word again. It's a whole new line of disrespect that they have going on. You
That's
gotta
what I said.
talk
The
to
kids are
line.
different. Yeah, I know
Right.
DeJoya goes through it. Yeah, the kids are different.
These ain't them kids.
Yeah, man. I can imagine. That's why I said I know there's no way I could do it because my personality and my temper won't allow it. It tells
Oh well,
me
you know me. I have to catch myself, and sometimes I just don't. I just let it rip because
yeah,
I'm
but
like,
see, you've been doing it so long. You know the amount of pressure you need to apply, and you
Right.
know
Yeah.
all of those different techniques that you've learned over the years.
listen, I had a parent call me one day and talking about some ice cream. Their child couldn't get ice cream because it was no money on the account. So when you do that, we can give them a meal, but you can't give them a la carte, right? And she went raving, and talking about he was upset. I said, ma'am, let me just stop you right here. First of all, glad to meet you. Let me tell you my name. I told her my name, and I said, well, you know what? Raise them at home so we won't have to. And that's all I'm gonna tell you. Just raise
You
them
said
at
that to
home.
the parent?
Yes.
You
And when
said
they
that?
You
yes,
said that to the parent?
yes,
Oh,
please
wow.
raise them at home so
Oh,
they
wow.
understand the word no. You
And what did the
can't.
parent say back?
She said thank you and have a good day, and she called and told on me. And so when it got back to me, and somebody came and said something, they said, I knew you said it, but you was right. I just said, okay, man, we're sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's like, let me know who is your supervisor. That's
Yeah, that's what they
that's
said.
the
I
first
told them.
default.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, we back. We back.
Okay, all right. Well, great. Let's get on with it because I'm dying to dive into this. I'm like Tina Turner said, what's love got to do with it? But we finna find out right now what love got to do with it. So our discussion is, can you love someone without being in love with them? And what does that really mean? I mean, it's kind of cliche-ish to me, so I never looked into it like it really had a lot of meaning, but there is meaning behind that.
I can give you the long and short from my side. You can elaborate. My answer is
Okay.
yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. What about you, DeJoya?
Yes. Yes,
There you go.
undoubtedly,
So-
yes.
so-
100%. 100%.
Listen to my perspective. I'm not saying I don't agree. I just want to share this.
Here go Jesus. Here go the
No,
black.
I'm just thinking. This is my mind. If you love somebody, how can you not be in love with them? I don't get that. If you love somebody, how can you? If someone comes up to you and says, or your significant other tells you, "Hey, I love you, but I'm not in love with you," that tells me you ain't got no love for me. That's the way I look.
That just means what you said. There's no romantic attraction there probably, but they still, for some reason, care enough about you to do ABC or care enough about
Right.
you
I was just going to say. Right.
in their space. I mean,
Yeah.
shoot. I mean, I love my children's daddy without being in love with him because he gave me my children or whatever. It could be something specifically that they've done for you or contributed to your life. And even if you get the romantic feelings, that does not mean you are their person. You might just be in love with them. You know what I'm saying? And in love with them, but
Okay.
I kind of get like the Joker, how he say, do you love me? I mean, would you live for me? And she says, yes. And he says, but the question is, would you die for me? And she says, yes. And he said, but the question is, would you live for me? And she says, yes. So that's one of them situations right
All right,
there.
well, you
Let me
kind of
clarify though. Let me clarify this real quick, Mr. G, before you go.
all
My
right.
answer being yes, like I said, doesn't mean that that's how I see it or approach it.
Right.
So for me,
Okay. All right.
so for me, if I say the L word, it means all the above. Otherwise, I'm not going to say it. But do I know people and see people and know people who say the L word, but actually are not in love with the person that they say? Yes, that's why I said yes. But for me, if I say I love you, that means I'm in love with you. I can't
Separate.
separate the two because I'm not that complex when it comes to these type of things. You know what I'm saying? So if I say the L word, that means all the above. The people that, like what DeJoya said, they care about you or do this. I don't understand that is what I'm saying. And everybody's wired different. So if that works for
And you
your
know what?
relationship,
Let me just
yeah.
say this. Just like I said, just because I say I love you because you know what we had in place. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean I'm gonna risk it all for you. Now the person that I love and I'm in love with, I will risk it all. You know what I'm saying? But there's limits to that. That's only because that connection was there. You know, because a kid, yeah, I love him. That's my son's father. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to him. Or, yeah, that's my son's mom. I don't want to see nothing bad happen. But there's limits to that, and it's where it stops. You know, there's boundaries there. You know what I mean?
Okay,
But
so I guess the biggest difference is the romantic side, right?
yeah, that ain't no
Touchy.
ain't no touchy feely run up in
Okay.
your arms or you know we
Okay,
courting and
so
that
listen.
part.
Then I'm saying, why don't you just care for the person? You don't have to be in love with them or love them. You can care for them.
What you can care for them, but you know, I guess women in our connections are different when we talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Versus y'all. I mean,
I'm
I'm
just asking. I'm not
no,
saying
I'm
that's how
telling you,
I feel.
I'm telling you, like for me, and I guess like for me, I've separated that now. You know what I'm saying? So now, if you ask me, do you love him? I'd be like, well, you know, I want to be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
right.
that. But
And that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying, yeah, there are people
but
in my life
still,
that
but
go
wait,
ahead.
but still, there's still that little love. Like I said, I ain't gonna risk it all for you. I ain't gonna choose my significant other over you in no way, shape, or
Are
form.
you
But
not?
because no, I'm not gonna choose my significant other over my baby daddy. You crazy? Mm-mm. I said I'm not gonna choose my significant other over over that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, did you just freeze? Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm
What
because
I'm
I'm
saying is,
trying to
I'm not
understand
gonna.
what you're
What
saying.
I'm saying is that just because I love him, because okay, that's my kid's father, or okay, that's my kid's mother, I'm not gonna choose my significant other over that. You know what I'm saying? That's all we got is the kids. That's the only love I got for you is the kids. Everything else, that's just it. So I'm not gonna
What you meant to
choose.
say is that you're not going to choose him over your significant other then.
I said yeah, that's what I meant. I said I'm not gonna choose him. That's what I meant. Over my significant other. So that's where it
Oh,
stops.
okay. Well,
Yeah, that's
that's
where it
yeah.
stops. Like, it's not gonna be that. Like for real, for real. I mean, if you need a toe, you need some blood, you better go to one of your kids or whatever, not to be don't, So I mean I think you have to get to the point where you could draw the line and where you could separate that. Because I'm not saying in your case, Keith, but there's a lot of women and a lot of men out here that don't know how to separate that line. Yeah, you got to be able to separate it.
Well, I agree, but you threw me for a loop because you
I ain't
said
mean, I meant I'm not
okay.
gonna choose him over my significant other. Meaning I'm not gonna put him first and be like,
Yeah,
oh, well,
because
that's my
I
kid.
don't want him to hear this
Yeah.
and hear you
Yeah, I
say
was
that.
confused too. I
I
understand
said
that
that for
kids.
real, y'all. Damn
Yeah,
kids
no,
Yeah.
I
got me
understand. Kids are
already.
different. Kids are
Yeah,
different. I
yeah.
stay out of that space in that sense. If you
And
got kids with the
I
other,
feel like this: if
yeah,
we didn't have kids together, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying, and if I didn't have that attachment right there, it probably would be a lot different. But because we have, the kids and stuff like that, I still, and then sometimes I think about it, and I'm able to release so many things. I'd be like, I don't really love him. I'm just glad that he's there. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
know, but
saying?
I just
So
wanted
yeah.
to clarify that because that's not what you said.
you know what I meant to say.
Yeah, but hey, people on the live, they may not know
Well,
what you
let me
mean.
clarify that. I love sugar, damn it, and that's it. That's it. Now.
That ain't all right.
But yeah, no, but seriously, yeah.
Hey Cam, hey prayer mom, how are you? How is everybody? Hey ha ha ha, user
Ooh,
757. Okay, listen. All right, so let's get on to it. I agree with you both now that I've done the research that, yeah, you could possibly be in love with somebody and not love them. Okay, because here's the definition, and this will bring clarity to. I know a lot of people feel like I do, and Keith do too. But to love someone means you genuinely care about their well-being. So that's the definition of love. You care about their general well-being, whether or not it's a platonic friendship, romantic. You care about their well-being. So that kind of clarifies it in a nutshell. You may respect them and feel loyalty toward them and want them to be happy. And sometimes you can even sacrifice for them. That's when you
Oh wait,
love
do you
someone.
is loyalty and sacrifice the same thing? Cause cause I'm just saying now that right there, that's one of them where I'm gonna be like, no,
If you want my opinion,
yeah,
sacrificing to me is when I go out my way to do something for someone and I put myself in let's look at it as being whole. If I'm whole already, if I sacrifice myself to you, I'm going to give you some of me. So I'm not whole, if that makes sense. So that's what sacrifices means. Sacrifice to me means that you have to give of yourself and put yourself in a position where you aren't completely whole. For instance, if I need $20, or if you need $20, and I have $50 myself, and I need the whole 50 to go buy something, and it may be very important or not as important. If I give you any of it, then I'm sacrificing for you. That's what sacrifice means. Now, loyalty is a whole different thing to me. Loyalty is more about trust, and that can be in any type of relationship. Loyalty to me is whether or not I can trust you or whether or not you stand on your word. That's what loyalty means. Where you're not no snake, you're not no backbiter, you're not gonna do some crazy stuff behind my back that you wouldn't ordinarily do in front of me. That's loyalty. It just goes to say, you want people that's going to do the right thing even when you're not present, when they're representing you. You want them to do the right thing and what's in the best interest of you, even when you're not you're not present. That's loyalty to me. I could be wrong. So somebody on the live, if they got their Webster handy, Chat GPT, you can give us a definition.
Loyalty is where somebody start talking bad about your name and say either stop right there. We about to have a problem. First off, that's my guy. You need to cut it out. Let's make that clear. And chill.
And because you know how it goes now. You get them Mayweather friends, man, and when that pressure's on, they'll fold. If somebody say something about you and they got a relationship with them individuals, they'll jump on the bandwagon. I believe just like the way I am, if you down for me and I'm down for you and I call you my people, I don't care who I'm with. I'm like, hey, bro, you can cut that out. It ain't like that.
Yeah, that's me.
Y'all did that. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that right away.
But see, most people aren't like that, Keith and Georgia. Most people, when they in the group, Now it's different when they're outside of that group, or when they with that individual. They may need something from them. You know what I'm saying? So they'll change their opinion of things. I'm like, look, bro, you gonna give me the $50 or not? I'm not gonna let you sit here and talk about the joy of key just so that you can give me $20. I'll go get it from somewhere else. You know, so we gonna kill all that right off the rip. And see, here's the thing: when you do it from the beginning, people know that you're not nothing to play with, and I guarantee you, they don't bring it back to you. You know what I mean? If
I
you
mean, yeah.
if you hear him holler around and laugh and joke and yeah, man, I remember one time he did that to me, man. And nah, bro, even if he did it to me, I'm not letting you. I don't let you invade my space like that, and you can't come between the people that I'm close to. That's just the way I'm built, and I'm gonna be that way to the day I die.
And like for me, when it's over, it's over. I ain't got no ill feelings for you. I want to see the best for you, for the most part and stuff like that. I don't hold against you what you might have done to me or anything like that. When I say I got nothing but love, I got nothing but love in that manner. I
Right.
don't want to see no harm come to you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, a lot of people get that really confused.
Oh
Really
yeah,
confused.
most
Yeah.
definitely, most definitely. Okay, so that kind of love can remain even after the circumstances change. What I just described. To be in love with someone usually describes a different experience. To be in love with someone usually describes a different experience. Now, it can include a romantic attraction, a desire for an emotional and physical connection and intimacy, excitement, and longing to be with that person. That's when we talk about being in love. A sense that you want to build or continue a romantic life together. Also, a person can lose romantic feelings while still deeply caring about the other person. So I think that's kind of what you described, DeJoya.
Yeah.
You can lose the romantic feeling, but you can still deeply care about the individual. As you said, you don't want anything bad to happen to them, or if you could assist them whenever it doesn't cause any undue hardship to yourself,
Yeah.
then you would do that. You know.
That's
And
me.
yeah, that's me too. I don't hate no one really. I just don't tolerate bullshit. That's for sure.
He
So that
said he said a bad word. He said bullshit.
I'm
Okay, I
just
just want to
saying.
say that too.
I know you want to say it, so I'll go ahead and give you the permission. Once I say it, then all gloves off.
No. Okay. No. I mean, but for me, when we talk about being in love and loving somebody, um, it was hard for me to grasp what that was at first, because I just thought automatically if you
What,
love
being in
somebody,
love?
huh?
It was
Yeah,
hard to grasp being in
yeah,
love?
no, it was hard to grasp for me that okay, do I just love this person or am I in love with this person? When I was younger, it was hard to really pick that out. Do I love this person or am I in love with this person? And now that I'm older, I understand like I wasn't in love with you. I just loved you or I just cared. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, y'all, we
So
got we got Fox News back on. Thank you for joining us again, Fox News. We
yeah, it's
always happy when you show up. We hope you're enjoying it too. All right. Taraki, K. Murphy, Justina, who else? Majuka, Justina, user 5927. How is everybody?
I think the one thing we need to put out there before we go back is that can we agree that everyone, most people, a lot of people have different definitions of what love is?
oh
Like, do
yeah,
you remember the
Yeah,
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill when the album
yeah,
starts out in the beginning, the teachers in the classroom asking the kids about love and what is love and what does it mean and all that stuff? Like, so I think we have some people on the live too who have a different perspective of what love is. I think that a lot of people sometimes get love mixed up with infatuation, if that makes sense. In the beginning, you're in a relationship, people say they're in love, but they're really infatuated.
Right.
And once kind of that newness or the excitement or whatever it was wears off, now it's when the rubber meets the road. And I think that's where the actual real love comes in, because real love means that I love my lady no matter what. Good times or bad, we could have a bad day. That doesn't change my love. That doesn't change whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, their love is conditional. So if we're talking about what I know we're talking about, unconditional love, when you talk about your significant other, that's unconditional. Now, obviously, that we're not doormats, and that don't mean you can go out and do whatever you want tomorrow. That's not what we're saying. But everybody knows what's right and wrong. So when you do that, that's why you're open. That's why you're vulnerable. That's why when it doesn't go right, that's why it hurts like it does, because you put yourself out there. And I believe that's the only way you can really love or whatever. You have to put yourself out there no matter what. You can't have any past situations that have nothing to do. You can never let the past dictate the future, right? So you got to put yourself out there, and hey, you got to roll with it and accept
Yeah.
what it is. So
I got
yeah.
2 points to make to that. Yeah, people have their own definition of what love is, but it's not the correct definition. So
Okay.
even if it's
Mhm.
not love, it's just not love. So is it infatuation, or if it's
Mhm.
attraction, then that's just what it is. Now, most people, you're right. What they do, they take that and define their relationship and stack it into that umbrella, under the umbrella of what love is. And those things are totally different. Though there are two different intangible feelings, and they have different meaning. But love is love. I don't care how you look at it. Just because you like somebody, or you're attracted to them, or you are infatuated with them, that doesn't mean you love them. Love is when you have that sincere and undying need and care to be with that individual, and you want to build a future with that individual. I think that part of it, that last part of it, defines what it is. You want to build a long-term, lifetime relationship with that individual. That's being in love.
Man, for me, I didn't. I mean, like I said, I think women and men think differently. A lot. Whatever that book is, women are from Venus, men are from
Men are from
Mars.
Mars, women are from Venus.
They were right.
Mhm.
Because I'm gonna just say, I didn't realize that I was being loved wrong or not being loved at all until I was loved the right way. So it's just a whole different feeling from what I felt during my prior years, in my other relationship. So and a lot of people that's where they get the problems at. They don't know what it is to be loved correctly. They think certain
Absolutely.
things is that, oh, because he said this to me, because he was arguing at me, or because he yelled, no, that means he loved me, or because he did this. No. But when you are loved correctly, when you finally meet that person and you love the right way, that's when you realize, oh, that wasn't love. He ain't love me. Or, oh, this is how I'm supposed to feel, kind of thing. So, and then it's just something you just know. When that light bulb finally comes on, you really know, and it feels is a whole different feeling in thinking that you're loved, or you're loving someone, versus being loved and knowing that you're loved and knowing that you're loving someone. It's a whole different feel.
Absolutely. Hey, Jay Knack. Hey, AR official signing. Good to see you again. User 3394. Good to see you. L Unique. Glad to have you as well. Yeah, you're absolutely right. If people don't know what love feels like, then the interpretation can be different. But once you know, just like you've indicated, once you know what it is and how it's supposed to feel, then you've got a gauge that you can make that comparison and know. But if you fall into, that's why a lot of times, a lot of people fall into the same type relationships. Can y'all agree with that? When
And
someone,
yes, they
yeah,
do.
when
But that's
someone
why I
really,
tell people, but that's why I say, when you find a new in your new relationship and in your new love, I don't want you to fix nothing. I want to start all over, because if I wanted what I had before, I would have stayed with that. And to me, that's what it means to me. Like, I didn't go into my current relationship looking for the common things from my last relationship. I didn't want nothing like that. Totally different. I mean, just all different, so I just feel like when you're in that space and that's a good space, don't fix it. Just start all over. That's your chance to just wipe the slate clean and start all over. Don't forget the pains of the past or things like that. Just move forward and understand what it is to be okay and to be loved correctly versus where you were. That's
amen,
just my thing with that.
amen. I agree with you. You're preaching now. All right. So listen. So a person can lose that romantic feeling while still deeply caring. For example, in a divorce, when people get divorced, a couple may still love each other as people and want the best for another, especially when you've got children involved. And once you've got a whole bunch of time invested,
Yeah.
but no longer be in love. So they
Yeah.
can feel that way, and they don't have that romantic relationship anymore. But they can still love each other and want the best for one another. So that's still possible. Someone
Yeah.
may love a long life friend, a friend who's been in their life for a very long time with great depth. They can love them with great depth, but not have any romantic feelings. Now, I had a friend like that once in my life. I only had one, but who was a real good friend, and her name was Mary Quick. Long time ago, well, it wasn't a long time ago, but we were friends, but everyone thought we were dating. Everybody thought that we were dating just because we used to go to the club and drink and calls if there were issues or they needed help or anything like that. So it's possible for that to happen. Most people who aren't really secure in themselves or have those inadequacies, they read those type of relationships wrong. Now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. When you start seeing two people of the opposite sex together a long time and they laugh and they slapping each other on the knee and the back and all of that, the first default is that, hey, something going on over there. Am I right or am I right?
No, that's what people think. I can relate to what you're saying. I have a platonic friend to this day. She and I have been platonic friends since teenagers, literally. Like, and that is like, you cool with the family, yeah, going to the movies, the mall, everything, everywhere you go. At them times when we were younger, you see me and her together in certain instances, yeah. And everybody thought something was going on, and we laughing like, we what? We out here chilling, you know what I'm saying? We having fun. So, like I said, it is possible.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is possible, but
Yes, indeed.
people do think that you got something going on with that person, but you actually got a genuine friendship. Like, you enjoy each other's company, you like doing some of the same things, and you just be hanging out. Like, you're not even thinking
Absolutely.
about trying to get with each other like that.
The
Cause
furthest
you know how
thing
we
from your
talk,
mind, right?
platonic, right? You thinking
Right.
like, oh, we cool like this. We gonna mess up the friendship. We start getting all like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Right, Mr. G? Ain't that how we old school? Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of people don't look at it. They
Yeah.
don't look at it from that perspective. When you have that type of relationship, because I know in a
Yeah.
lot of cases, it may cross your mind, but if you're disciplined enough and you honor that relationship, you be like, nah, if it goes any further than this, then and that's gonna tear up what we had.
Yeah.
We don't know whether or not it's going to be better or worse, but who
Yeah.
wants to take the chance when you've already got something solid?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Joyce, how are you? Hey, Perez. All right.
It'll probably be
So,
worse. Here's why I'll say that is because if someone's building a relationship, but they say you want to build a friendship first, it's known up front that there's an attraction, there's a reason. So you're building a friendship to get to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? I think when you're talking about platonic friends, you build your relationship on strictly being platonic. So now if all of a sudden you decide to go that direction, hey, maybe it could go good, but you haven't looked at it in that way. Now, I'm not saying that people who were friends grew up together and didn't end up being married or things like that. That's not what I'm saying. But in a lot of those cases, that friendship to relationship is kind of understood under the whole everything that's what we're really trying to get to, if that makes sense what I'm saying.
right.
I mean, I have a lot of friends like that because I am a little. I've always been told by I've had 5 good female friends in my whole life, but for
Wow,
everyone else,
that's one every 10 years.
yeah, but for one, and 2 of them passed, 2 of them died. So
Oh, Lord.
that's the only reason why. But because I'm too rough for females, I've been told by female, oh, you just a little too forward, or you just whatever. They take offense because I just am what I am. Just like you see me just forward on here, I'm just like that. So sometimes a lot of females can't take that. And just like I can give it, I can take it. So I don't really vibe well with females, and one because there's so much competition going on, there, and I'm like, I ain't in no competition with nobody. But that's why I have a lot of male friends. I tend to, can get along better with males, or you can really talk to them about some stuff, but females, you can't really go there because there's always some hidden motive sometimes somewhere, and
I
Not
think you'll
all of
agree
them.
with this
It
though.
can't be all of them.
Nah,
I ain't
yeah,
saying all. I didn't say all of them. I just said I find that when like it takes, a strong person like me. Most of my friends that are my friends that I told you, the friends I have, we're strong. We're just that way. But there's a lot of people that can't take you being forward, or you just saying, no, I'm not gonna do that. No, kind of thing. So that's where my issue comes in.
my thing is this. I want you as a woman to tell me, would you agree that it's easier to be friends with those males because you're not picking up the vibe that they actually trying to holler at you on the low?
No, I just set that straight. When I do pick up, I'm like, no, it ain't like that. I just will tell you because I mean, as a woman, that there's
That's
no
why I asked you the question.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
no woman that can say they didn't know that this man had them kind of feelings or them kind of intentions. So I'm gonna tell you, no. Matter of fact, Sugar picked me up. Hey, Sugar, this is such 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 such. Just so you know. You know what I'm saying? So you have to get to the point where when you know those vibes are there, you just dismiss all of that. Now I have, like I said, I got some female friends that are my friends, and they've been lifelong friends. And aside from my OES sisters, of course, but we just family. We fall in there. But other than that, I will put you straight. And if you try to step out of line any other way, then I'll cut you off. Because I already done told I will cut you off so bad. So I mean, but then I think that you as a female have to know, you have to just accept that you knew that these were the lines they were trying to cross, and you just cut them off. If they can't deal with that, then that's when you got to leave them alone. But as a woman,
Okay,
you
I
know.
agree with you. Hey Eminem, hey Sally Mae, hey Levon, hey sis, how you doing? Franklin, how are you? Big Nero, how are you? Listen, I think that we all can agree with those elements that you just kind of mentioned. Yeah, if somebody get out of place with you and you don't, here's my thing though. Here's what I don't like. I've never been this way, but I don't understand it because I had a lot of friends that thought this way and behaved this way. If a female does not like you, if she refuses
And
your
leave it alone.
advances, right? Yeah, that's what I would do. And I'm good with that. But a lot of guys, what do? If you reject them, the first thing they're going to start calling you all kind of B's and, she ain't this and she ain't that, she wasn't all that. I don't get that. And the only reason is because you rejected their advances. What kind of sense does that make? Now I'm mad at you. I'm gonna call you all kind of be because you don't like me. It's my prerogative to like you or love you or want a relationship. You can't get mad at me because I don't. That makes sense to
You know
you
what?
all?
That's just the insecurity there. And then if you do that, you really ain't no man. You ain't got no balls. And I'm just tell you that if somebody on the live doing that, y'all ain't got no balls. You ain't no man. You just tuck your thing between your legs and go on. Because if you tell, even as a man, if I'm talking to you and you like giving out those vibes, first of all, I'm gonna let you know I don't want you like that. We just cool. You know what I mean? But if you gotta be like that, just that's just bad. That's just bad. And that shows what kind of coward you are to do that. So like I said, just tuck your balls and your thing between your legs and go on, because that's really what you're doing.
Okay.
Just go on.
Hey, I just wanted to bring that up because I've seen it throughout my lifetime. Where
I mean,
and I,
it's happened to, I'm sure, 99% of the females, not all of the females on this live, it's happened to.
right,
And it takes a strong woman to just come back at you. When I first started out in the little game, the little dating game, and things like that, men would say that, and I'd be like, well, dang, and I'd be so hurt, and I'd be like, well, what did I do, or what, Then now I go in the mirror and I'd be like, look at you, girl. You know what I
Well,
mean? So
well,
you got
yeah.
to be able to flip that.
Here's the other thing about staying on the sideline. Like you, I've seen this, Mr. G, as a man since I was young.
right,
Okay. I'm the guy that if I'm there with you and you start saying that to her, I don't even know her. I'm saying, yo, chill with all that. Why you disrespecting this woman like that? She just
right,
told you
right.
no. Keep it moving, fam. Like, excuse me,
I
Miss
agree.
Lady. I don't know what his problem is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that guy. I don't stand by and let a friend of mine, if that's gonna
I
happen,
agree.
like just keep going. No, we don't do that because we don't disrespect women. That's not what
Right,
we're taught.
right.
That's not how I was
And
brought
you
up.
know what? Y'all two are the few, or the living of the few, because a lot of men won't step in there, or a lot of men won't accept
That's
that. While
crazy to
while we
me.
talking about being in love and loving people and stuff like that, there's a lot of men that will sit back and watch stuff happen. I'm
That's
serious.
crazy. That's
There's a lot of
crazy.
men that will sit back and watch stuff happen.
Why would
And
I watch my friend who I know
I know what you
personally
saying.
stand and
Right,
disrespect a female that we don't know?
right.
And she said no to him, and we laughed because we told him she probably was going to say no anyway, but he trying to impress us. Whatever. Now
Listen,
he
there's
mad.
a lot of friends
You know
that
what I'm saying?
won't. I
Like,
mean, and it's bad. I was
here,
out
bro.
at a club a couple of years ago and saw that happen, and and everybody thought it was funny. And I'm like, well, what if she walk outside and he do something to her, or because nobody
Well,
stood up. So yeah,
I
it's
got
crazy, but it
sisters.
happened.
I got sisters. I got younger sisters. So I see all these stuff. Like, I wish somebody would, we was younger, disrespect my younger sisters to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? I got younger sisters, and some of my close friends, they got sisters. So we approach the disrespect of women a
That
whole
part.
different way because that could be your sister or whoever, you know what I'm saying, in that way. So no, we don't do that. That's one thing with me, around me, disrespect with women, we don't condone that at all. And if that's how
It,
you operate,
yep.
you got to keep it moving, fam.
My brother
Word
had
up.
to step in for me some years back. He came down to visit and whatever, and we were at a club or whatever, and that happened to me. And I was like, hey, but my brother didn't have to do too much.
Yeah, ain't nothing.
I'm
Your
just
brother was
saying,
there with you?
but
Yeah, it
my
ain't nothing for
brother
you to
was,
say. Yeah,
yeah, so
what?
my brother stepped in, but before
Yeah.
hey, I'm ready to throw them bowls, But it's sad that you have to go through, stuff like that. You cannot, and especially now in this time when we talk about being in love and men respecting women and women respecting men, a lot of that has gone like down the drain. I don't know if anybody on the live agrees with me, but a lot of that has gone down the drain. That's
Oh, it's
why
down the drain. It's in the septic
yeah, that's
system
why I
now.
don't,
Yeah.
I don't go
hmm
out. And if you knew Sugar, he'll tell you, I'd be attached to him at the hip. Like I ain't going nowhere without you, or whatever. I don't go out to clubs. I don't go, do certain things because I know there are those people out there that will do that. And if you truly love yourself, first of all, let's clarify that being in love and loving somebody. Let me just go back here because I think we forgot something. In order for you to understand what that is, you have to love and respect yourself first. whether
Absolutely.
you a man or a woman or whatever. I hate to use these terms these days because we don't be knowing, but whatever you fall in, you have to love yourself first. You have to know what self-love is, and you have to value yourself first, so that way you're not questioning if somebody loves me, if I'm in love with somebody, if he in love with me, because if you love yourself, there's no way for you to miss that. you know
Yeah.
and I think a lot of people get in these relationships and questioning, do he love me or do I love him, or am I in love? Is because sometimes we forget self-love. Sometimes you gotta
Yeah.
hug yourself. So if you don't know what self love is, one, you can't be in love with nobody, and you can't love nobody, because you gotta love yourself and you gotta be in love with yourself first.
Amen.
And I think a lot of people with their insecurities, oh, I got kids, I ain't gonna find nobody. Oh, I look like this, I look like that. You know what? If you can't love me from the inside out, not from the outside in, don't love me at all. You know, so you have to get to that point where you're there. Okay, and I'm done. I just felt like the guys missed that, but I
All
had to throw
right.
that in there.
All right. Hey, you preaching
You
now. Hey,
right on point.
you
Yeah,
on
yeah,
point.
you
We
right on
follow
point. Yeah.
that. Hey, Dernar and Edgar and Alaric. How are y'all? Hey, James, what's up, brother? How are you? Hey,
Yeah, I
listen.
agree with you. And that self-love part would not allow
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
would
If
not
you don't
allow
love
you.
yourself, you can't love anybody else. I mean, it's humanly
Yeah.
impossible. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love anybody else because you don't know what love is. You don't know what it feels like. You
Right.
have to know how, even when someone's giving it to you, if you don't love yourself, you aren't going to be receptive to it because
Yep.
you
And,
don't
and
know
like,
whether
yep.
it's good or
and
bad.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I still, for the women on the live and the men too. If you in one of them relationships and you just like, oh, I gotta go home, I'm gonna take my shoes off, take a shower. That ain't. But if you in one of them relationships, oh, my sugar coming to get me when I get home. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. It's all about the mindset and how it feels when you're talking about that person, speaking about that person or that situation. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
so you
I
have to
agree.
get in that mode there. Get in
Yeah.
that mode.
Hey, Apple user. Hey, N. Hey, Ford92. How are you? Glad you can make it. We love all of you. Listen, my sister's on this live right now, and I know I done went to war with their boyfriends
Oh
many,
Lord.
many times. And I'm just saying that because of that disrespect that Keith and I were, and you were just talking about, where someone just curses somebody out and everybody just stand there and do nothing. No, no, it ain't happening on this one. And I don't mind. I don't mind standing in a little pain if I have to. I do what I have to do, but I just can't sit there and watch it. And I just can't leave because I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So it's just you caught between a rock and a hard place when you're trying to be good and you're trying to defend someone's honor, whether or not you know them or not. I've been in situations where the people I didn't even know, and I'm like, hey, yeah, well, you might want to chill with that, bro. You need to understand that that's a woman that you're talking to, and you're not supposed to. So but we can go on and on about that,
Yeah,
but
and that's what somebody said. Frog said, hurt people, hurt people. I agree. You have to love yourself first.
oh
A
yeah,
good thing is to remember that hurt people hurt people. And then, you know what? Let me just say that to Frog, whoever you might be, thank you for your comment. But let me just say that sometimes that hurt people crap, that's just a bunch of BS to just do what you want to do. Cause sometimes let's just be for real. That's a bunch of, like you said, bullshit. Sometimes sometimes, because you know what you're doing when you hurt somebody. If it happened to you, then you know it hurt somebody else.
but I don't think he
A
mean it
little
from
bit.
that context though.
No,
He's saying
I'm just saying for that's how I think about it. I understand what
right,
he's
right,
saying. Yeah, if somebody
right,
been hurt, that's all they know to do is hurt somebody. But
right,
sometimes these people tell you, oh, I was, my last relationship messed me up, and that's why I do this. That's why, you know what? If you can admit it and you can't sit down and talk about it with your mate first and say, well, you know what, babe, in my last relationship, this, that, and the other happened. If you just do it out of malice continuously, then don't use that loosely. And I'm not talking about this person. I'm just saying.
right, right.
I'm just saying.
Well, and all of that is true. All of that makes sense, and I agree with you 100%. So, like I said, we can have long life friends, and still have great depth in the relationship, but not a romantic feeling. An adult child loves a parent, but that love is entirely different from being in love. This is why someone can honestly say, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. We've given enough examples to show, number one, you can love someone and not be in love with them, because we gave the definition of what love is. And that's when you have a deep care for someone and you
Right.
don't want to see anything bad happen to them. So that is a form of love. But that statement in itself, that statement can mean a lot of different things, or several different things. They still care deeply, but no longer feel romantic or have an attraction to you in a romantic way. Or they have changed personalities. They've changed personally. I ain't talking, I look at Miss O'Neill looking up at the ceiling. I ain't talking about no schizophrenia.
Woo, fix it,
I'm talking
Jesus.
about I'm talking about they've personally changed. They can
Oh.
change, and they don't
I
feel
didn't
that
know.
way.
I thought you meant something else.
Yeah, 'cause I was saying when they change personality, I said, "Oh Lord, I shouldn't have said that." 'Cause I know Miss O'Neill about to say something. No, we're not talking about those 5 sisters that you got tucked inside of you. We're talking about people who have changed personally, and their emotional needs have changed as well. That's
Okay.
possible. Well,
But and I think too, when we start talking about that, when you say emotional needs and stuff like that, when you really in love with somebody and you really know somebody and you understand somebody, your emotions, the emotional love or emotional things you deposit into the emotional bank will adapt to where they're going. If you really love them, your emotional bank will continue to grow and change with them. Because if you love somebody, all of that grows and changes with each other. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's important too. When you're in love with somebody, remember that sometimes you have to adjust your emotions. You know, I mean, and I'm told that a lot. Adjust my emotions, or you know what? It's not like that. You know, just try to understand that adjustments are necessary.
Oh
With some
yeah.
things, you know.
That's true with
Yeah.
anything, because in any relationship, no matter how long you've been in it. And thank all of you. We got 3K in here. Thank all of you for
Hey
joining
y'all,
us.
hey, thank you. Tap the screen too.
Yeah. Invite all your friends too. Go ahead, invite,
Yeah.
share, and click, or whatever they
Right.
say. But I done lost my train of thought. What was I saying, DeJoy?
Hell, I'm drinking Hennessy over here. Don't ask me. Keith, you the sober one. What he was saying?
I forgot my train of thought.
It's better that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't meant to come out right then.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sometimes that's what it is. Wasn't supposed to come out.
Yeah. Okay. So, in those instances where people change, oh, I've got it now, where they change personally, and they have emotional needs that have changed. So therefore, they don't feel that same way about the person. A lot of people call it outgrowing an individual. The relationship has become more like a friendship rather than a romantic one. When you outgrow someone, then it's easier to become a friend without the emotional and the romantic attachment. Unfortunately, it can also be a gentler way of saying they want to end the relationship. Now, I know we don't have that problem.
I just feel like you gotta rip the band-aid off sometime. It takes some hairs off with you when you rip it. Cause when you try to sometimes, and I'm not saying that there's a way to do it with and I wouldn't call it gentle or whatever, because sometimes when you try to do it gently, like ever so gently, it doesn't work. So I just think you just have to be really forward with it when you know the person's not getting it, and just go on and rip that band-aid off. Hey, this is not working for us, and it ain't working for me, it ain't working for you. And since I care deeply about you, pull that line on me. I think we just need to part ways.
All right. I want to
If
hear
they and if they say no,
Keith.
I'm just like, damn it, I'm through. We through. I
I
ain't
want to
yours.
hear how
We ain't
Keith
going together.
approaches it. What do
Oh,
you think, man?
he gonna go with some happy,
Nah,
smooth
I
crack.
think it depends on the situation. I think she said something key. She said the person doesn't get it,
Hey, what's
Mm.
meaning
up,
that,
Frog?
huh?
No,
Oh,
Frog.
yeah. She said the person doesn't get it. Now, my thing about person not getting it is, are they not getting it because one, it's not being clearly communicated, or are we saying it's being clearly communicated and now they're trying to not accept the fact that what you're trying to say? But I think in any situation, it's always best, if possible, wherever possible, to be amicable and let people off the hook in a nice way. You know what I'm
You
saying?
gonna end
Why?
up one of them damn
Yeah.
stalkers. They gonna be
Why
at your door.
we don't need to,
Uh
especially if it's not animosity, right? If there's animosity or
uh.
something, even still, like, you know what I'm saying? You get me? Why we can't? Because look, the seeds we sow, we're gonna reap too. You know, so if we're gonna end amicably, that's for us too.
I
Because if we
mean, you could
don't,
try keep, but what about if you come home and they looking at you in your mirror or something? Cause you was amicable. Listen, I'ma just tell you, be nice. Baby, I'm be nice to a reason. I'll be nice. Then I might look in that mirror. You be standing up and there. I'll be like one of them horror movies. Now wait a minute. And give me my
you're
keys before
hilarious.
we break up. Listen, not too many people gonna get the keys now, but if you should have my keys, I'm gonna be like, ooh, baby, I gotta have a lock change because
What
I
movie you
had a
didn't
scare.
watch? Did you watch some paranormal
All them black
activity
movies,
movie or
especially
something?
them
Come
black
on,
movies. I
man.
be watching Tubi, but I'm gonna be like, listen, baby, I just think I need to get the lock change because I had a little
He
scare
said,
the
"I'll
other
be
day.
watching Tubi." Yo,
Man,
you are
Chris Stokes be
hilarious.
on the Chris Stokes is the bomb. Look, I'm gonna be
You're
like, baby,
hilarious.
listen, I'm
Oh
gonna be
my
like, baby,
goodness.
I had a little scare yesterday, and I had the landlord change the lock, so let me get that key because I gotta turn it back into him. Then you gonna come there, junk gonna be having 39 bolt locks on it. You ain't getting in. Shit, I watched Tubi.
I feel you on that. Oh, yeah. I feel you. Hey, Nikki, how are you? Hey, Jose, how are you? But listen, the most important question is what kind of love remains after all of that if you have issues? Because love is not a single emotion. It's not just one thing that makes it's a combination of a lot of different things. I mean, it can include commitment, it can include friendships, compassion, passion, and admiration.
Go on and break out
Admiration.
in the LL Cool J song, but that's what you sound like you about to do. Go on there. I need love. Everybody look it up. Them same word they be trying to use. Go on.
Look, a relationship can retain some of those while losing others. So even when the relationship is over, you may lose the passion, but the compassion still may remain.
That
One
depend on
way,
what you did to me.
listen, one way to look at it is like this. you already get started. You need to put that Hennessy down. One way to look at it is this simple way. Love says, I want good things for you. Love says, I want good things for you or to happen for you. Being in love says, I want to share my life with you and I want to build a relationship with you. That's being in love. It sounds like the opposite, right?
But when you say the next one, when y'all know what
No,
when I
no, no, no.
when I
Let's stay right there. We say, love says, I want good things for you. That's your children, your friends, right? The platonic relationships. Being in love says, I want to share my life with you.
Yep, and that Mickey Howard song come on.
I love that song. That was one of my
Yeah,
favorite
nah,
songs.
but you know what? But you know what? I can feel that. I can understand what you're saying, and I feel that. But yeah. When I be talking about sugar, all the good music come on in my head. When you're in love, all them good love songs be
Oh
playing in
yeah,
your head,
when you
and you
in
feel
love.
like y'all, skipping in the park, still courting, like yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you gonna know
No,
without the Hennessy though, y'all. Without the Hennessy, I know there's a little bit of Hennessy I got, but not without this.
I
Without the
know
Hennessy.
exactly what you mean. So those two feelings often can coexist, but they don't always have to. A person can genuinely feel one without feeling the other. That means I don't have to have the passion or the intimacy, but I can have compassion for you when something happens, or I can care for you or care about you when something happens. But I don't have that passion. I don't have to have that. They can exist together, but they don't always have to. Listen, many healthy relationships contain both elements. Both elements are involved in many healthy relationships. That's both romantic and a friendship. The difference isn't simply how much you care, it's the kind of connection that you desire. If you have two people who are supposed to be in love, right? The first qualification is that I want to build a life and spend my life with this person. If you have two people that love each other, it simply means that I want the best for you. I don't want to build a life with you. I don't want to be with you, but I want the best for you now that we are no longer, if you were engaged in a romantic relationship, I don't want the romantic part of it anymore, but I still don't hate you. So that is the difference.
Well, I just want to say one thing while we talk about love and being in love. Just in case Sugar watching this, we always in love. We love each other. We ain't breaking up. And if you think we breaking up, we ain't. And if you think we still is, I got them pans for you.
Hey,
Nah.
Keith, there she go. There you go, them pots and pans. That grandmama told me.
Look, I'm back now. I got spatulas too.
I feel you. I feel you. So what I already explained it, but the difference between love and a romantic relationship versus a platonic or friendship. Back in the day, right? I remember women or men would say,
That's a long day for him,
don't
y'all.
don't y'all try to act like y'all don't know nothing about what I'm about to say. 'Cause I know you do. And y'all make me look like the bad guy. But back in the day, I remember women, this is my personal experience.
There you go.
No, now listen, I let you give all your little stories. Don't
I'm listening. Go on now. Go on, Mr. Branch. Go on now.
All right. So I remember women used to say, I just want to be friends. They used to say, I just want to be friends. We don't have to be serious. Now, most of us knew what that meant. Back in the day, we knew what that meant.
Why you laugh? Just look at that. I'm just waiting on you now.
Yeah, what
Go
is
on
Mr.
now.
G? Mr. G crazy.
Go on now.
Hey, I'm just being honest. We won't be truthful on this live. We want people to know that, hey,
He took her his own self.
we genuine and this is the real deal. But they used to say to me,
To you. Oh, y'all see what he
and
said?
not only to me, but I mean to other guys too, I'm sure. But they used to say, look, we don't have to be serious. I just want to be friends.
Mhm. Come on now, come out with it now. Come on now. Come on, bro.
Yeah, what they say, they want to be friends. What next? What they say after that?
He go boosting you all.
Hey, what you mean? I want to know. What did I say? I'm boosting.
We
We
already knew what it meant, but we used to make them say it. You know, what you mean by that? Well, what you gonna do? What does that mean? You know, we need to establish the rules, right? Joya, don't be laughing at me because it happened to you too. Keith, it happened to you too.
I'm laughing because of DeJoya because I know what you're saying. I'm laughing at her. Like, it's no way she just. I already know.
When they used to say that,
I already know. I'm laughing at her trying to act like, fix it. No, what you mean fix it? You know what we talking about. Cut it out. Stop it.
When they used to say that to me in high school and college, hey, look here. I already knew that was a good time. I ain't got to have no commitment. I already knew.
Yeah, you're gonna catch a lot of good movies together. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We all knew what that meant, man.
Okay, now. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it.
Is Fox News still there? Is Fox News still there?
Listen to me now.
I'm listening. Go ahead and get it out. Go on and get it out.
Listen.
See, he can't even get it together. That's what I'm saying.
Because when you're younger, we already knew what was most important. Sex was the most important thing to us when we were younger. You knew that when those preteen.
Oh, you're trying to put me in there, y'all. Wait a minute. Just because you want me to. Oh, well, you knew when you were younger. Oh, yes, but of course. Go ahead.
That's all I'm saying. Everyone knew.
Yo, you are crazy, DeJoya. You are hilarious.
But of course. Go ahead.
You are hilarious.
I don't know how it worked with men when they said it to women. I don't know how they interpret it, but I do know how I interpret it, and some of my friends interpret it as
you had to read between the lines. That's why they said it that way. You had to read between the lines. Yeah.
Hey, but I say that I point out the difference. A man and the testosterone and hormones, when you 17, 18, 19, 20, 16 on up, oh man, you already knew what the lick was. You didn't have to, oh yeah. Yeah, we can be friends. Ain't nobody a man ain't gonna turn it down. A woman may say, nah.
Well, I'm just tell you right now, because y'all better listen. I ain't gonna be giving up too much food pot talking about I'm friends. No, we ain't friends no more. We go together. Shoot, we go together. So if I don't be, I'm glad you didn't run across me, because baby, we'd still been together. We go together. Shoot, we go together.
All right. Well, I just thought that was worth saying, because when you're young, our hormones are high and our curiosity is heightened.
Oh.
So we experiment more. And I say that because when you're older, DeJoya,
yes,
you have a different perspective. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
we went together then, and we go together now.
Some of what he said too, it wasn't just we want to be friends. Sometimes it's like, oh, nice to meet you. Let's hang out. We should hang out sometime.
Right.
Key.
We should hang out.
That's how you say it. That's how you communicate that. Let's just hang out.
No, not me. I'm talking about what Mr. G was just talking about the women saying we can be friends.
How did you do it?
I didn't say hang out. I just
northern and stuff.
No, I'm talking about like
we should be friends. Let's just hang out a little.
Hey, let's hang out a little. Yeah, let's hang out a little there, girl.
Yeah. Hey, look. Okay, so listen. Psychologists often describe lasting romantic love as a combination of three elements. We're talking romantic love, where you are in love with that person, since we defined it. In love with that person means that you want to further your life and the relationship. DeJoy, what is wrong with you? Why are you looking at me like
Yeah,
you
I'm
you
listening
do
to you,
now?
Dr. Fauci. What his name is? Oh Lord, Dr. Fauci, the health person.
Dr. Ruth. Dr.
Ruth,
Ruth.
yeah, Dr. Ruth, Dr. Phil, all of them together, Dr. Joyce brothers and everything. God bless them if they dead and
All
gone
right.
now.
But look, psychologists describe lasting romantic relationships that encompasses three elements. Those elements are intimacy, deep trust, openness, and emotional closeness. That's what intimacy is. Deep trust, openness, and emotional closeness. Don't say nothing, because I see you over there.
Ooh, Jesus was not a fist today.
I'm giving you the clean version and the most diplomatic and political correct
Go fish
response.
yourself now, fish yourself.
All right. So we got the intimacy. There's passion, which is attraction and desire. To your point, passion is attraction and desire. Then there's commitment. Those three things are necessary in a relationship that is deemed romantic. Friendships usually have intimacy and sometimes commitment. Wait a minute.
Oh shit.
Hey,
Fix him, Jesus.
this is what these psychologists say. I'm just telling you what they say. They're the experts. Hey, don't shoot the
Well, I
messenger.
mean, should I be wrong if every time I say when I see Sugar coming or I smell him or I sit next to him, Fire and Desire from Tina Marie or Rick James come on, Ebony and Ivory, whatever that one Smokey and him saying, everything come on. I just gonna tell y'all, that's the kind of love I got. Now, why he try to give y'all the clinical,
Hey, listen.
whatever.
We know that you're special. We know
Yeah,
that you're
shoot.
special. All right.
Sugar, I'm gonna be calling you after this live, Sugar. I hope you seeing this now.
And
Okay.
listen, so they have friendships, usually have intimacy and sometimes commitment, but they typically don't include romantic passion or the desire to form a partnership. See, just because you have, just because we're talking about the fact that they may have intimacy, that does not speak of only in a sexual way. Intimacy can be a host of different things. So we can't use that just as the definition of what sex is in that romantic relationship. So I wanted to clear that
And
up.
then too, y'all. Now I done got all my laughs out though. But
You sure
when he
did.
start, when he started talking about intimate moments and stuff like that, I mean, some of the best moments that I've had is us in the car having a sing off or eating ice cream, sitting in the car, or watching them play tennis at the park or something like that. You know, it's a good thing that and when you're in love with somebody and you love somebody, when you create those moments. Not saying that the physical is not needed or not wanted or desired or whatever, but it's good to create intimacy without that. To know when you love somebody, I don't care what you're doing with them. It's like you making love 10 times over, and it should always be like that. If you lose that part of you and of y'all together, then that's when you have a problem. Because all the time, we can't always obtain the physical touch and this and that. So you have to come up with different ways to have intimacy or experience intimacy or whatever, and I think a lot of people miss that because a lot of people don't understand in relationships when you talk about intimacy, it doesn't mean the physical thing all the time. If you can't meet somebody in the mind, and if you can't meet me in the mind or whatever, and you can't understand me that way, then we can't have a physical intimate moment because it has to be all there in place for me, if that makes sense. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but that's just how I feel about all of that and
Okay.
everything.
Hey, Ferner. Hey, Michelle Canal. Hey, Sasha. How are you? Sasha Lord. Listen, all right, we've had our fun with that one because that was that was kind of hilarious right there. But listen, the strongest relationships are not the opposite of a friendship. They're friendships that also include romance, passion, and a shared commitment to building a life together. Let me say that again. The strongest relationships are not the opposite of friendships. Because a lot of people look at it and say, okay, if it's not a romantic relationship, it has to be the opposite of a friendship. No, because a friendship can include some of the elements of a romantic relationship.
Right.
So we have to make sure we understand that.
But you can't be both of them. You gotta be friends and love. You cannot be that way without being friends as well. You have to have that element in there too. I can't love you without being your friend. I can't be in love with you without having some elements of a friend in there because that whatever attracted me before we got to that point has to stay there.
Yeah. But the thing is, I'm speaking to the masses because the default definition is that if we're not romantically in love, and we're talking about can you love someone without being in love with them, then you have a friendship. Most people will think that if it's not romantic, then it has to be a friendship. No,
Right.
because a friendship can have the same elements of a romantic relationship. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean, now, we're not condoning just because if you're very good friends and you're supposed to be intimate or have a sexual intercourse. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that the elements of a friendship can sometimes include some of the elements of a romantic relationship. And it doesn't always have to be sexual in nature. All right? So listen, I'll give y'all the last word and I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Keith, you got anything else you want to add, brother, before we close out?
Nah, go ahead and close it out. Go ahead and close it out. I think we did covered all bases on this.
What about you, DeJoya?
Oh, I ain't adding nothing else. Just know I got them pans and spatulas.
How come you got to get violent at the end of the live?
At the end of the line.
Yeah,
We've got networks in here, A&Rs, and all kind of people here. You always talking about hitting somebody with pots and pans.
And the spatula's a lot softer. Shoot.
We're going to get you some counseling.
Love y'all, though. Love y'all.
Yeah. All right. In conclusion, loving someone without being in love with them reminds us that love is more than romance. Excuse me. It means genuinely caring for a person's well-being, respecting them, and wanting the best for them. Even when the romantic attraction or desire to share life together has faded. So that's love. When you care for somebody and you want the best for them, even though the romantic phase of that relationship has faded. While romantic love often includes passion, intimacy, and the vision of a future as a partner, platonic relationships don't. Now, somebody may say, well, you just said that you can have intimacy in a friendship. We're not only talking sexual, okay? That's why intimacy can be in a friendship. Understanding this distinction helps us recognize that love can change over time. Love can change over time without disappearing. And that caring deeply for someone does not always mean a romantic relationship is meant to be. In a nutshell, just because I like you and because I love you,
love you.
it doesn't mean that I want to have a romantic relationship with you. If I am in love with you, that includes a romantic relationship, a commitment, and those other elements that I talked about earlier. All right? God dog, man. We got so many people in here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm too excited. But thank all of you for joining us, man. I'm telling you, when you show up like this does our heart good, and we do it all for you. We love all of you for showing up. We're here to have these discussions, grown people discussions, so that it can improve and somehow help you in your life, or you can help a friend. But in usual fashion, we love you. We know that you could have been anywhere else. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back here next Wednesday, same time, same place, same degree of excitement, if not more. So y'all take care. Au revoir, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye. And we'll see you all next Wednesday.
Love
Take care.
y'all.